안녕하세요. 제리 뮤지션 이진삼입니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 한국무용가 이송이라고 합니다.
네, 오늘 갈라쇼에 참여하게 돼서 굉장히 영광스럽게 생각하고요. 이번에 세계문화유산으로 등재된 아리랑을 편곡해가지고 여기 고명하신 선생님과 함께 작업을 하게 돼서 기쁘게 생각합니다. 예, 감사합니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 뉴욕 한국문화재단의 이사장으로 있는 김지영 변호사입니다. 우선 디노 아트 방송국의 출범을 진심으로 축하드리고요. 오늘은 플러싱 타운홀 2013년 갈라가 있는 저녁입니다. 플러싱 타운홀의 오늘 갈라에서는 저는 두 가지 역할을 하기 위해서 참석을 했습니다. 하나는 뉴욕 한국문화재단의 이사장으로서 참석을 했고, 또 하나는 여기 플러싱 타운홀의 이사 자격으로 참석을 했습니다. 플러싱 타운홀은 뉴욕 시의 산하기관이지만 여기 퀸즈에서 뿌리를 깊이 받고 있는 여러 에스닉 그룹들과 함께 일을 하면서 이 플러싱과 뉴욕시의 문화활동에 지대한 공헌을 하고 있는 보석과 같은 단체입니다. 그래서 여러분들의 플러싱 타운홀에 대한 후원과 관심을 많이 부탁을 드리고요. 저희 뉴욕 한국문화재단으로서 참석하게 된 것은, 뉴욕 한국문화재단은 한국에 있는 특히 미술활동을 하시는 문화활동을 이쪽 미국에 알리는 역할을 하고, 또 한편으로는 미국에 계시는 한국의 예술인들의 활동을 저희가 장려하는 목적으로 이 단체가 생겼는데요. 그 큰 단체 활동의 하나로서 작년 10월부터 12월까지 여기 플러싱 타운홀에서 외길 김경호 선생님의 사경 전시회를 아주 성공적으로 마쳤습니다. 그래서 여기 플러싱 타운홀에서는 그것을 인정해서 저희한테 이제 공로패를 오늘 수상하신다고 해서 그렇게 감사한 마음으로 저희가 나왔습니다. 사실 한국 이민이 시작한 이후로 한국 분들이 굉장히 열심히 일을 하시고 사회에 많은 공헌을 해오신 것이 사실이고 우리가 자랑스럽게 생각을 할 수가 있는데, 그렇지만 문화와 예술 부분에서는 우리가 좀 더 분발해야 될 이유도 있고 필요도 있다고 생각합니다. 왜냐하면 우리 한국은 5,000년 역사를 통해서 화려하고 찬란한 세계와 나누어야 할 의무가 있고 자원이 충분한 예술과 문화를 가지고 있기 때문입니다. 뉴욕 한국문화재단은 앞으로 우리 한국인들이 세계인들과 발맞추어서 우리 한국의 문화를 좀 더 잘 서로 나누어서 모두 행복해질 수 있는 사회를 만들도록 노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다. About tonight, and then just briefly say hi for the audience.
Okay. Hi, my name is Veronica Sang. I am the president of the Flushing Rotary Club, who is being honored tonight by the Flushing Council and Culture of the Art. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to receive this wonderful award on behalf of the Flushing Rotary Club. Our club was chartered in 1953. By a few businessmen in Flushing. Now we're 60 years old and we have over 45 active members in our club. What Flushing Rotary Club does is we provide community services to our community and also to do fundraising and donate the money to help out those non-for-profit organizations who need our help. So tonight I'm very happy the Flushing Council and the Art recognize Flushing Rotary Club. We have been a supporter of the Flushing Council and Culture of the Arts for many years, and we look forward to continue to support them. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Georgiana Reese-Bonatti. I'm with New York Community Bank. I'm Director of Community Relations. We're here to celebrate our yearly event, and we are so pleased to have such a wonderful turnout this evening.
I'm Lucy Hussain. I'm from Queens County Savings Bank. I'm a branch manager, and that's it.
I have the reputation as a law and order guy, and there are worse reputations to have than that, I guess. But people don't realize that there's a lot more. I'm an animal rights activist. I'm an environmentalist. And I'm a lover of the arts. I'm a professional musician. I work very closely with the arts community in my district in Astoria, helping fund APAC, the Astoria Performing Arts. And good news for everyone who's an artist is that we're finally turning the diving pool in Astoria Park. It was my idea to do this into a beautiful, beautiful outdoor amphitheater where we're going to be able to put on shows and concerts and plays like that. So there's another place like Flushing Town Hall for artists to use to perform for the public. So I've been working very closely with Peter Koo on that and funding arts programs. And Peter couldn't make it tonight, but his Chief of Staff, James, is here. And Peter asked me to present on his behalf a proclamation from the New York City Council to the Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts. And if Ellen and Sammy would please come up here to receive it. Thank you.
Sammy, come on, Sammy. We have former Borough President Glenn Schumann here, who is on the frontier of making Queens a place on the map. Let's give him a round of applause. Councilman Koo is proud to support Flushing Town Hall, not only through press, but also through discretionary funding. Councilman Koo believes that we can bridge our cultural differences through the arts, through music, and through fine people like Ellen and Sammy. So, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak for Councilman Koo, and thank you for Flushing Town Hall for being a gem in Flushing.
I just wanted to say congratulations and thank you for supporting Flushing Town Hall and being here this evening with your monetary contributions so that they can continue their good work. Thank you very much.
Yes, good evening. I'm Councilmember Leroy Comrie here at Flushing Town Hall for their annual fundraiser, and I just want to thank all of the people that are supporting Flushing Town Hall, and I would encourage you to come here to partake in their exhibits, their concerts, and their other exhibitions. They are working very hard to make sure that this is a mecca for the entire Flushing community, and I want to thank Flushing Town Hall, the Board of Directors, and all of the volunteers that work to make sure that Flushing Town Hall is a destination location in Queens. Thank you.
I don't even think I've ever gotten applause before for just saying my name. I'm fortunate to be the president of the board of the Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts, and I want to thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you very much. When I told someone in my office I had to write a speech, someone came up to me and said, "Don't say the same thing you've always said. You know, arts are important for kids, and we do this all for children, so they're exposed to music and arts. Don't say all that blah, 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 blah stuff." So I had to think to myself, what am I going to say? I think the arts are important for kids. So whenever I have to give a speech, I think about what's the speech really supposed to do. And I think it's really supposed to do three things. It's supposed to make the audience think. It's supposed to make the audience laugh. And it's supposed to be short. So I'm going to aim for two of the three, and you guys can all vote later if I met any of them. I was thinking about what makes the Flushing Council special, and what I could talk about, other than the mic sinking on me. And as soon as I think about special, I really think about one thing, and that is my wife, Kathy. My wife is so special. And one of the things that makes her special is every day when I get home and I see her, she's singing and dancing. She's singing and dancing to the radio, a CD, an iPod, or some other kind of gizmo that I don't even understand. She is alive and full of life. And to tell you, that's what the Flushing Council is. It's special, it's full of life. People come here and they listen to music, they listen to people sing, they listen to jazz music, world music, classical music, whatever, all kinds of music. They're living. The Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts brings out the life in people. Thank you all for helping us do it.
First of all, say to all of my fellow elected officials, my apologies for jumping the gun, but it is my nephew's 8th birthday party, which I have to get back to Astoria to go to, and so I know that our esteemed and wonderful Congresswoman Grace Meng will understand, because she has 2 young boys as well. And I want to salute State Senator Toby Ann Stavisky and Assembly Member Ron Kim, who I know are also here. It is my pleasure to be the chair of Cultural Affairs Committee for the New York City Council and to support this amazing institution, Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts. And can I get a big round of applause for Ellen Kodadek? Who I think everybody here who knows the history of this institution can attest that she has been a strong and forceful leader who has put this place on the right track, doing great things, great work. She is an amazing, amazing cultural leader in our borough, and true to form, she is back in the stage, running things, she's taking pictures, she's making sure everything is running smoothly, as all of our great leaders do. So I want to salute her, and I want to salute the board, who have been real stewards of this institution, really, really working very hard. Howard, Carol Conslato from Con Ed, who is in the room. I want to also salute Josh Schneps, who is one of the honorees tonight. Josh Schneps over there. And I know his mother, but I can't think of her name right now, because she's so low-key in the borough of Queens. You never know when Vicki Schneps is in the room. But we love the Schneps family and thank them for all they're doing for all of Queens. And they're opening a brand new, great flea market in Long Island City, Queens, coming up. So we're very, very thrilled to have them. But really, I wanted to come tonight to salute our borough president, Helen Marshall. As a library employee, as a teacher, as an educator, as a member of Community Board 3, as a state assembly member, as a city council member, as a district leader, and as our borough president for the last 12 years. And in that role, she has allocated well north of over $100 million, over $100 million for cultural institutions, libraries. It is an amazing, amazing legacy to leave our great, great borough. So thank you so much, Borough President Marshall, for a lifetime of service. I know you're not done, because you've got a lot of energy, and Don can put up with it, apparently. So thank you, Don Marshall, who deserves an even bigger round of applause. But we're so fortunate, we have so many amazing cultural institutions in Queens. You don't have to go to Manhattan to see great cultural events. You come right here to downtown Flushing, and you can see all the wonders that we have to offer. So it's my great honor and privilege to be here. Again, thank you, Ellen, for her amazing leadership, and thank you to all the honorees and to our amazing elected officials here in Flushing. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.
It's called Pull a Flowering Reed. This popular folk song describes the spring planting season. Young men and women are busy working in the fields, pulling out the weeds to prepare the ground for planting, singing and flirting along the way.
Hey! Side of the room, so we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Welcome to Flushing Town Hall. My name is Ellen Kodadek, and I'm the Executive and Artistic Director of Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts. And thanks to a lot of support from many people who are in this room, we restored and programmed and managed beautiful historic Flushing Town Hall, which last year was 150 years old. It's really quite fabulous. Before we start, just one or two house announcements. I just want to let you know, in case you need to leave the theater for any reason, please exit out the back. Well, you can also exit here on my left, your right. And of course, if you need anything, we have staff and volunteers here. We all have badges so that you can find us, and we'll be glad to help you out. I'd like to acknowledge the ongoing support of the National Endowment for the Arts, who believes that a great nation deserves great art. And at Flushing Town Hall, so do we. We want to thank the New York State Council on the Arts, a state agency, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, and the Fan Fox and Leslie R. Samuels Foundation. We have a relaxing and delicious evening for you tonight, so just sit back. We know you've all worked all day long, so just enjoy yourselves. We also invite you to a very busy weekend here. Tomorrow night, we have the second concert in our Cultural Crossroads series, where we're mixing up music and dance from two completely different cultures. Our first concert was Brazil meets India, and tomorrow night we have Korea meets Greece. So it's a 5-part series. We start with dance lessons, we have music on stage, and then the last set, the Korean band and the Greek band are going to jam together. So we're not quite sure how that's going to work, but we're experimenting here at Flushing Town Hall, and we do a lot of that. On Saturday night, there was a baptism party, which you're actually not invited to, I'm sorry to say. But then on Sunday, we have our second annual Free Earth Day Festival. You may have taken a peek at our garden outside. It's not quite yet open for lots of little kids running all around it, or big kids running around it. But you can come to our Free Earth Day Festival this Sunday, and that's funded by Councilmember Gennaro. So the kind of events that I mentioned are very indicative of what happens here at Flushing Town Hall all the time. At this time, I want to acknowledge some of our honored guests tonight, and I'm sorry I won't be able to mention all of you in the room, or we'll be here for a really, really, really long time. So please hold your applause until the end. We want to welcome Tim Thayer, the Assistant Commissioner of the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs.
After getting off the plane from Washington. It's always good to be home. Very honored to be here. Congratulations to all our wonderful honorees who, whether they are wonderful individuals or organizations, each in their own part do so much to improve the lives of people here in the great borough of Queens. I'm very proud to be a newly elected Congress member representing many parts of Queens in the United States Congress, and without all of your work, without Howard and the board of directors, especially in these tough and lean economic times, so many families would not be able to enjoy the programs that Flushing Town Hall provides and coordinates for everyone, even way beyond the great borough of Queens. I want to thank Ellen and her staff for their tremendous hard work ethic and just generosity towards our community. We are here after hours tonight, after business hours, enjoying this wonderful event. But there are many times when I come with my family to programs held at Flushing Town Hall after hours, on weekends, and Ellen and the staff, they're always here working so hard so that we can enjoy them. So thank you so much. I have certificates from the United States Congress for all our wonderful honorees. It won't cause a ruckus and make you come up twice, but here they are, and just really a small token of our appreciation. Thank you for the great work that you do. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ellen, and thank you for everything that you do. Sometimes, you wonder whether it's appreciated, and I can assure you we are grateful for everything that you have done for the Flushing Council and for Flushing Town Hall. It is appreciated. I too have certificates, but let me just say a couple of things first. That was an interesting film because it demonstrates the need for arts in our schools, and I somehow get the feeling that sometimes we put so much emphasis on testing in the schools that we just forget about such things as art and music and other subjects, because they really are subjects, but other ways that we can enrich children's lives. Flushing Town Hall has such a long and interesting history. It goes back to the Civil War days. 150, I guess it's 151 years now, and yet it is as modern as today because of what goes on inside the building. It's in here that you have so many wonderful programs, whether they be traditional and modern or historical and traditional cultural activities. And this building also, and the Flushing Council, brings people together. They bring the young and the old, the immigrant and the long-time residents, the people whose interests vary, and the programs are what makes this building unique. I was here just last week for a Turkish cultural event. How diverse can we be in this county where Korean dance and Greek dance come together, and that's what Flushing is all about. It's the meeting of the old and the new, the traditional and the modern. So I congratulate the honorees this evening, particularly my friend Helen Marshall, whom I have known for many, many years.
Before Evan.
Evan is my son.
That's a wonderful son.
I won't tell you how old he is, but Helen remembers him way before he was born. Helen and Donald and I go back many, many years. And she has been an inspiration to many, many people. And Helen, your work is completed here, but it's not finished. And there are many, many other activities that are going to take place. The Korean Cultural Heritage Foundation, you're celebrating years of service to the community, and this is an interesting community, and the Korean community has certainly been here a long time, and I enjoy the cultural activities that you have, the dance and the music and so on. The Rotary Club of Flushing, I congratulate you too, because I understand it's your 60th anniversary. 60 years. Your programs, whether it be your Gift of Life program, helping other people, this is what's important. This is what makes you important. And lastly, the co-publisher of the Courier newspapers, Josh Snips. I have known Josh's mother, also, not as long as I know Helen, but I have known Vicki for many, many years. And Vicki and Josh working together, quite frankly, the same way as Helen mentioned. My son and I worked together on some projects. Vicki and
I think it was Shakespeare said brevity is the soul of wit, so I'm going to keep my remarks as short as possible tonight. I know you guys are very hungry. So I want to just congratulate Ellen, Howard Jeff, and all the staff members, Sammy, Sean, and all the board of directors for putting tonight's event together. You guys, this organization, the Flushing FCCA, Flushing Center, Flushing Council of Culture and Arts, is in its 34th year, which is, I'm also 34 years old. That's something that we share. It was created in 1979, so congratulations to FCCA. But on a serious note, we have been cutting at the local and state levels due to the tremendous deficit in our budgets for the last few years since 2008, and very important organizations like these had to depend on other sources of revenue to survive. In a very diverse community like Flushing, the demand for these type of programs only go up every year, they don't go down. So they were able to diversify their revenue stream and support themselves. I'm so proud of the tremendous work that they put together. And lastly, I want to just congratulate all the honorees tonight, Shanette, Vicki, good to see you. Josh, good to see you. The Korean American Heritage Foundation, congratulations. And of course, the Rotary Flushing Rotary Club, you guys are right there, good to see you. And of course, our great board president, as Councilmember Jimmy Van Bramer had indicated earlier, she had funded just hundreds of millions of dollars and just endless projects, capital projects for the last few years in a role as the Queensborough president. So I'm so honored to be sharing this stage with you. Thank you so much.
It's my distinct honor to introduce the 18th Borough of the President of Queens, Helen Marshall. Helen, please. Helen's record is so distinguished and her decades of public service to Queens known to all of you that I'm only going to mention a few of the highlights. Originally, Helen was a teacher. Then she started serving in 1969 as the founding director of the Langston Hughes Library in Corona, which is not far from here. She then served 5 terms in the New York State Assembly, and then 10 years in the New York City Council. I mean, is this a public servant or what? She then was elected the first African American and the second woman to be the Queens Borough President.
Clear or not?
I haven't counted every dollar, but as Borough President, she's allocated more than $616 million for projects in Queens, especially to libraries, cultural institutions like ours, and parks, improving the quality of life in our borough with every step. She has worked tirelessly on zoning issues through her zoning task force, and fought to support the needs of new immigrants through her immigration task force and the Queens General Assembly. And she's restored millions of dollars for services to senior citizens. For Flushing Council on the Culture and Arts, she's been a steadfast advocate and support, continuing the legacy of her predecessor, Claire Schulman. Claire.
I love flowers.
You love flowers? My lucky day. I get to give them to you. And I also get to give you, but we're going to give it right back to the gentleman. We're going to give you this award. It says Flushing Council on Culture and Arts presents the 2013 Cultural Crossroads Awards to Helen Marshall. Thank you very much.
One of the happiest things in my life is my husband. Donald, yes. We've been married for some 60-odd years, okay? I was a baby. He snatched me from the cradle. Stand up, Donald Marshall. And I know there are many married people in this auditorium, and I know how you feel about your spouses. Well, I love mine, and my children. Schools and
to straighten out everything all around me. But that was what I was doing in the Bronx. Flushing Town Hall is one of those most magic places where we can come to learn about people and cultures from around the world. And because I remember what was here first, this was a regular place where people could come and get their marriage license and all the things that you do. And most of that is now done at Borough Hall. But when it finally decided to close this place, well, there were a number of people. One was our borough president at the time, and Gary Ackerman, our congressman. And they were planning to have all kinds of different things in here, but we were sitting on raggedy old sofas and all that kind of stuff. We couldn't let that go on. We couldn't let that go on. And as a result, we just jumped in, and of course, I'm delighted. I am delighted with the ability to help all of our agencies. One like this sometimes would just be, it would have been replaced, the building would have been replaced if we did not have the power with the money and to keep it and make it the wonderful place that it is. So let's please give a hand to the wonderful, Joanne Jones. From Lunar New Year celebrations to the New Indian Film Festival to the Aaron Copland School of Music, Guerrilla Arts Ensemble, and the place to spend some quality time. For the past 11 years, I've allocated close to $6 million for much-needed renovations and upgrades for Flushing Town Hall, so we can enjoy this lovely space and all that it offers. For me, that is money well spent. You can't imagine the feeling that you could fix places that cost millions of dollars, but you got the money. Now, Alex, are you in the audience? Well, Alex is really so important because she manages our money and how we spend it, and of course she consults with me to find out if that's what I want to do, and she's never wrong. From Lunar New Year celebrations to the New Indian Film Festival to the Aaron Copland School of Music, Guerrilla Arts Ensemble, this is the place to spend some quality time. For the past 11 years, I've allocated close to $6 million for much-needed renovations and upgrades for Flushing Town Hall, so we can enjoy this lovely space and all that it offers. For me, that is money well spent, and that's what we always have to remember to do. Tonight, we are here not only to enjoy good food and entertainment, but to support Flushing Town Hall's artistic program so that we can continue well into the future. I would like to congratulate tonight's honorees and thank Ellen, her staff, and the Board of Directors for this honor. Can I ask all the Board of Directors to please stand? And let's give them a big hand. He went to City College because he's an engineer. He's out there designing satellites. He's like his father. You know, these scientists, yeah. And engineers is something else, but I'm very proud of all of them. But we love Queens, and I really do. It's a beautiful place to live in. It's a beautiful place to live in, and it's a good place to raise your family. So I thank you, most importantly, for this very special honor. And that's just my job. That's what my job is, to make sure that you look good. And that you do handle it too. And actually, I think that we have a very good setup to find out about all of our projects that need help in our borough, and we take care of them. We take care of each and every one of them. And yes, because there's a lot of hard work here. If we didn't have the money and so on that we're doing, it wouldn't work. Now the mayor likes me, okay, so he gets money to Queens. And,
so we're going to take a photo with our friends here.
Okay, all right, okay. The mayor should be here, you know what?